Hi, magical ones. My name is Emily. Welcome to this space, Magdalene Dragoness. I noticed that there are over 50 new subscribers from the last post, and I just want to say a big warm welcome and send a little gratitude to each and every subscriber who's tuning in. Thank you for being here, and I know that we are collectively small in number, but I do feel that if you are tuning in here, that means that you are in the arena of the frequency that we channel here. And so I know you are here to cultivate more peace on the planet and to do inner healing, crystallizing your chromosomes and ascending your DNA. And I know you are here to help us, and by us I mean the 99% of humanity, all sentient beings on Mother Gaia, and all of the beautiful crystalline elementals and all the kingdoms, mineral, vegetable, animal, fairy, angelic, and even off-planet energies, the music of the spheres, and all of those beautiful constellations that belong to really what we're doing here in this space. So thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing, and I'm not exactly sure what the message is going to be today. I'll probably speak a combination of both English and light language. I'm setting the intention to be the clearest channel and to channel that which is for the benefit of every single listener. I begin by invoking my highest self and asking you to do the same, and then collectively calling in our unified higher self. And I'll take just a minute to find the frequency. So what I'm seeing is oneness. And there's many ways in this modern world as we can tend to become overly fixated on the realm that we see, the realm of the physical material realm, including our five senses. And as many on this channel know, we are now awakening, and I almost want to say remembering. We are remembering the full potentiality of our senses. And this is not something that is unique or special to just a few people. It is a remembrance that is being called forth at the highest levels for all of humanity. My kitty cat Moo is trying to traverse a very rainy part of the yard, and she's trying to get from one place to another, and she's having trouble. I've got to go help her. I'll be right back. Sorry for the interruption. I want to continue where we had left off. So the idea of remembering is here again. And of course we can activate a remembrance, but remembering happens at a physiological level, at a atomic cellular structure level. And so it is actually simpler than we may feel it might be to remember our highest potentiality of embodiment. And it is likely that the embodiment that we're used to experiencing and the embodiment that is our divine, optimal embodiment that these two things feel different. For example, the nervous system we have when we are heavily relying on only one aspect of reality, the physical world, is different than the nervous system, and I actually prefer to take the term nervous system and change it to coherent system. The coherent system that we are operating under, I don't know if under is the right word, within, embodying, when we are in full communion with how we were originally divinely designed to be. And so there is this transition period, and many of us are in this transition liminal zone where we are remembering, activating, and awakening within our human body temple the remembrance of. So here I'm seeing the golden mean spiral, the phi ratio, this spiral of life that we find in nature, in the perfection of pine cones, in the perfection of roses, in the perfection of seashells, in the perfection of sunflowers. This is where we are connected to that full remembrance of that which we are divinely designed to be from the highest perspective. And of course, even though we are in unity and we are in oneness, I want you to just think about oneness for a minute. Oneness has one goal. It is to be thriving as one thing. And so when we get too focused on the physical senses and we see ourselves as separate or fragmented from the whole thing, then part of what some may call the ego mind can take over, and we can forget just like the one law, the one rule, the golden rule, the law of one, the law of do no harm, the law of do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And any time we don't see ourselves or another from a place of, it's like, I would call it divine perception, acceptance, wonder, awe, gratitude, as a piece of the Creator. Like, wow, the Creator called and asked for this being. And we tune into their highest potentiality. It doesn't matter what they're doing, because anything oneness is doing to spite itself is an illusion, in a sense. And so the reality is that illusions come from fragmentation, and fragmentation comes from separation, and separation comes from wounds. And so those who we see, who we just can't seem to agree with, we just can't seem to see them as part of God's creation, those ones are generally the most wounded ones. And this is 2024, and every single listener is brave. And we have incarnated into familial lineages of ancestral trauma between the two basic fundamental principles, masculine and feminine. And so going on the journey to recommune masculine and feminine, penetrative polarity and receptive polarity, getting these two energy streams that are within all of us to work in co-creative harmony, to work in mutuality, mutual respect, mutual trust. In many ways, this is about balancing the elementals. Fire and air being masculine principles, water and earth being feminine principles. And when all elementals are balanced, both water and earth, as well as air and fire, and then they commune through the energy we human beings know as love. And love is harmony. Love is harmoniousness. Love is coherency. Love is that compassionate understanding. You know, many of you may be attuned to the frequency of Kuan Yin, the Divine Mother of Compassion. She, often comes in this light pink energy body, in my personal experience, or kind of like a spring green. And her blessing is really that ultimately of self-worth and self-value. In a way that is, I am a divinely finely tuned instrument. I am attuned to the soul blueprint plan that I was designed to be. Being that in alignment with what the reason for your beingness. And within that understanding of oneself as a body temple, as a finely tuned instrument, there is such humility. There is such grace. There is the lack of possessive ownership, control, that when we are in a state of misunderstanding, we may try to assert our will over God's will. And by God, use any word you want. The universe, Brahman, Om, Ah. And so the prayer, one of the prayers that I offer is, help me, Supreme Intelligence, align me to my soul-destined blueprint, my authentic blueprint, my original blueprint, my unique blueprint, my divinely designed, we could say, genome. Not what my ego mind may think I need to be, according to the influences of this world, church, state, family, friend groups, social media, entertainment media. All of these things that take me further away from my blueprint, help me pierce through these things with divine discernment so that I can see my reason for being. And give me the strength and the courage to be as I am uniquely designed to be. This is such a beautiful prayer to offer because it's a willingness within the heart that speaks to say, I want my destiny path. I want to fulfill the soul contracts that I came here to fulfill. I am an emissary of light. I am here to restore balance. And we do this within our own body temple, within our own DNA lineages, within our own healing of being able to see where we have possibly pigeonholed ourselves in some type of illusionary, fragmented, separated understanding that then somehow tricks the part of our mind that some call ego into thinking that it's okay to assert our will over harmony's will, over peace's will. And that's the great shadow work. That's the Jungian ability to make art and do alchemy with your life. Because when you feel balanced, when you feel elementally balanced, when you are in divine communion with the forces of nature, with the energies of this reality, and you are present within your physical senses, because it is not about denying what is, but it is also about awakening what was planned and seeing from that higher perspective. Oh my gosh. Well, that is an epiphany. That is a spark of divine insight. That is a remembrance. within your cellular structure. And a lot of peace and contentment can be generated from aligning with your heart's call to be as you are, free of influence from that which is, we're ending the Kali Yuga. This is like the darkest yuga. We're entering the age of Aquarius. So we're at that turning point where it's actually beautiful. It's such a beautiful lifetime. And knowing that you have so much divine support and divine protection in this lifetime. If you're conscious enough to know that you have it available to you and ask for it. Divine is not going to intervene if you have not reached out and said, intervene on my behalf. But that's part of the awakening journey, is to realize it's not just the physical realm. It's also the mental astral realm. It's also this spiritual realm. And when we live bifurcated and separate from the fullness that we are, then we're, out of alignment. Okay, so that feels like the end of the transmission. I feel myself coming back into my more ordinary Emily consciousness. That was so fun to channel. I felt like the Thunderbirds and the lightning spirits were just like giving so much power. I hope you could feel the power of Mother Nature. And again, thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all of the subscribers who are still here from the beginning of this journey. Sending a lot of love your way. And I'll end with a light language transmission. To help you remember what already is. Miahuya tarahi maki, yarahi mahi, urarahi ama kiasia, tiawa, tiawa, tiawa yamahi, yarahi ama, kiarahi ama, siarahi aki, atiaki amanahaya. Shuana tiama, shiana kiana, tuana hiama ki, yamahana hai, yamana hai, yamana hai, yamahi, mahi, mahi arahi, kurahi, ya, kurahi ama. Kurahiyama, Kurahiyama, Kiana, Shiana, Diana, Yama, Kiana, Shiana, Diana, He, Yahama, He, Yahana, Yama, Kiana, Diana, Hamma, Hiana, Kiana, Diana, Kurashia, Kuharamakama. Haramakahi amakaharamahi. Uramahayana kayana kahunahi. Shunatar. Shunatar. Shunatar amashakanda take e amata. Ichikataka amaku. Ichitaka ama akataku arama eshasaka ay arra Oe. Amoya manana kaina kaina. Oe manahana kaina ka amana haku. Ike ataka aramashi. Aramashi. Aramahi anamina hamana mahana maki anamahi. Aramaha. Yana kiamahi amahamaha ramahama. Waramahama hamahe amahi. Waramahe amahe amahi. Waramahamahe amahi 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 amahi. Wayanamahayana mahayana mahuna mayama mayama mahimako. Wayanamahayana mahayana mahayama mahuyamakai yamakai mama. Yanakaya maku. Kianamakamaka winakaya karamakaya. And so I'll leave you with a final question, and this is a question that you can sit with, is how far off would you choose to be from respecting universal law? Like how many, maybe this isn't the right way to phrase the question. It's like, it is though, in a way. It's like, here's the better way. How closely do you want to align to the law of one? How closely do you want to live in accordance with divine law? How closely do you want to be in resonance with your divine uniqueness? Alrighty. Much love. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back to channel more next time I feel the call. Thank you again for your support. Thumbs ups, comments, they help, and sending love your way.